We need people that are warriors for the earth, and we need that to do that together. Not just for sports games, not just for the rugby, we need it for the earth. We need to come together and protect what keeps us alive and fight against what kills us.
Just get off the boat and you just know it's wrong. It's just a feeling where it's like there's like a pit in your gut, and you just know that this is just wrong. Yeah. I mean, like they're gonna crush the freaking penguins. Like how?
Protect Putiki. What Aroha asks in order to stop the moana occupation. Number 1, Minister of Conservation, Kiritapu Allen, to make contact with Protect Putiki, either over the phone or in person, to discuss solutions for how we can protect Putiki. Number 2, a complete stop works at Putiki Bay until a resolution can be reached by concerned parties. During the stop works, all boys are to be taken for the safety of the korora. Number 3, warden consulting workers and all men involved in the assaults over the past months to have no presence at Putiki, no company presence whatsoever. And number 4, all charges against Putiki protectors to be dropped.
I think that this particular action for me highlights the further colonization of the shallow waters. That foreshore and seabed conversation I think is very relevant here, because it's possible to set up, with the land prices shooting up, this is a colonization of easily accessible small bays that are public, and then they become private through legal process. So they're colonizing and taking what is everybody's for 7.8 hectares of water space, 380 piles, and some giant gin barges for wealthy elite people with the first floating carport. These are places of worship. It might not seem that, but like people going to the beach and experiencing the korora, experiencing this beautiful ecosystem. If you go and just look on the rocks, all the ecology of kelp forest that's grown there, it's beautiful, and it's the place where we reconnect. And we need to remember where we're from and why we need this earth. I'm very honored to be here.
Kia ora e te whānau. I'm here at Putiki Bay on Waiheke Island in support of Ngāti Pao and support of Putiki Kaitiaki, and the love and care that everyone has for everyone that has come down is amazing. And I just want to say to anyone that might watch this, don't ever think that you can't make a difference, because historically Māori have made a difference along with their allies. We made a difference down at Bastion Point, we made a difference at Ihumātao, we're making a difference at Putiki Point, and we're putting our foot down and going no more. So not just here but all over the world, land, the whenua and the moana have been taken and have been abused and disrespected. We're saying no more, because we want that for our mokopuna, we want that for our communities. We want this here for everyone, not just for a few wealthy individuals who want a place to park their boat. This bay is for everyone. It's not for them to own, it will never be for them to own.
I'm also just here to help magnify the voices of local iwi. So I'm half American, half New Zealander, Jewish, spent 6 months at the No Dapple protest in Standing Rock, and this is much more calm and much less cold. Come along, have a cup of coffee with our shore team. Hang out, meet some nice people.
Oh, it's a cold day today.
Oh, is that cool? You might want to take a couple of spoons.
Think about other communities while you're having your cup of tea, your coffee. Think about those that you wouldn't necessarily involve yourself with, but if you've got time, give it, and if you don't, try to find another way to show support, whether that's sharing information, tautoko anything else that comes out.
Yeah, looking out to tautoko other groups as much as you can, yeah, and whatever way that is, we should be providing support to everyone in all different causes.
If you can, specifically for this one, come across even just onto the land part and awhi these occupiers that have been here for a long time, putting in the hard work. It's definitely worth it. But yeah, think outside of yourself as much as possible.
Out in the prairie of North Dakota where it's cold as hell. A lot of people came along. When they got there, they were like, oh, actually, this is very, very serious. And I think people having their eyes opened was in large part thanks to Indigenous elders showing them, you know, the struggle that they'd been dealing with for 7 generations. The elders making sure that everyone stayed peaceful, stayed prayerful, made sure people understood what they were there for.
In response to what you said, it really evoked the terms of John Trudell, Native American activist, who went through quite a lot with the AIM movement, and he said, we are power. They will tell us that power is outside of us, but we are power. And I think it's a very powerful time for Indigenous people to be reminding us of the fact that this earth is our mother and that we rely upon it and we need it more than it needs us. And it's real important to let that Indigenous voice and that Indigenous perspective that is of the land to protect these very special places.
And to everyone who is supporting Putiki Bay on the ground, far away, who's sending in messages of support, to everyone here who sacrificed so much of their time and put so much work into this. Thank you so much. Protect Putiki from now to the end.